In this video, I want to share with you 7 key self-defense strikes for the streets. Stick around. Welcome to another episode of Self-Defense Sunday. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you find this information helpful and resourceful. When we think about self-defense strike for the streets, we need to be thinking about what is fast, what works, and what hurts. Listen, you and I can go toe-to-toe with people if we want to. We can take our strong hand and punch somebody right in the face, and more often than not, you'd be surprised how easy they can eat that punch and keep going. And sometimes it works, it just depends, but people can take a lot of shots to the front of the face. They can take a lot of shots right here. They can take some powerful punches. The game changes when they get hit back here. But a lot of people can take shots right to the front of the face and just keep on plowing. One of the biggest myths that has to be dealt with when you start training how to strike is the idea that people are just easy to hurt. There are shock zones on the human body. There are places where if you get hit, your body typically responds in a negative way. You feel it, you know you've been hit in that area. And then there are other parts of the body where you can take a hit and the shock response is not as bad. Let's establish this first. When responding to a threat, don't ever stand face forward. Don't stand this way, square. It's easy to knock you down, easy to run you over. It's hard to respond from this position. You always need to be angled slightly because you can get into a fighting position here. The first strike I want to teach you is a back fist to the eye. It shoots right down the middle. It's fast and it targets the eye. You know how it feels when something touches your eye, especially while your eye is open. Think of this shot as a jab, but you want it to be the most effective jab. You're not just jabbing at his face. You want to be able to be here and you want to be able to slip that jab right up through here and touch that eye. This can even be done from a relaxed position here. It's very quick and non-telegraphed. The second strike I want to talk about also deals with the eyes, and it's simply with the fingers. Now remember, if you're striking somebody's face with your fingers, you're not coming in straight like this. You want your fingers bent. Again, don't overthink this. It's just a simple touch. I'm here, I'm reaching out and touching. Notice again that I'm not here. You jam your fingers. It's bent. It's almost like you're clawing, but you're just touching. It's a quick touch. I saw 2 guys getting into it one time. They were all like this right here. Next thing you know, the guy gets too close. The other one just touches, and the other guy's like this right here, dealing with his eyes. So it's all about how quick and effective it is. Touch, get back. The third strike is the open hand smack. And it's very important to remember that you're not smacking on the front of their face. You're smacking in this region. It's very important. You're smacking hard with all the momentum and snap of your body in this region. Now, this is one of those shots that allows you to hit somebody very hard without breaking your knuckles. A lot of times in the street, in the heat of the moment, it's easy to make a connection with the wrong part of the head. Break those knuckles, especially if you don't know what you're doing or you don't fight that much. Hopefully you don't. Open hand strikes give you the ability to deliver a whole lot of power very quickly. You want to put your body and your snap into that. It can be very sudden. In a bad situation, bang, just right across that vital area. You apply the same physics as boxing, but with an open hand. I'm here, that's a lot of power into that very sensitive spot. The next strike is obviously throat shots. Now, again, if you're going toe-to-toe with somebody in an argument and you collapse their throat, you're going to jail. This is a defensive situation. Your life is in danger. You got to get away. There's several ways you can do throat strikes. You can hit the carotid artery with an open hand. You can even hit the trachea with a fist right down the middle. So you got the carotid artery here. They can take a shot this way. It's the same here. Now, when you strike with an open hand that way, make sure you tighten your fingers back and don't leave your fingers loose. You want to be able to sink those in because you can jam your fingers together. As far as the trachea, straight down the middle, 2 strong knuckles. Now, anybody who uses this stuff in a non-defensive environment or a fight that wasn't considered self-defense can get in massive trouble. You collapse this trachea, you're looking at doing some time. Just remember that throat shots are going to have the most legal implications if somehow or another you aren't considered innocent. Number 5 is powerful elbows to this region as well. An elbow should be thought of this way. Follow through. I like to tuck my hands under my arms. If I'm coming through with an elbow, that's how I like to envision it. And when you're in tight, you're coming in and you're following through. Now you can elbow somebody to the front of the face and it won't feel good, but if you land an elbow in tight back here, it's a whole different scenario. Just make sure the snap is there. You can get them in tight. Just make sure the snap is there. Number 6 is flat hands to the face. And I'm not talking about ramming bones up people's nose. I'm talking about a simple flat hand collision to the face. You don't have to overthink flat hands to the face either. Get back. And sometimes it's just a simple putting your hand in somebody's face. It's a lot of power in it. It's a lot of force. Again, I've seen this in real life application. There's like this viral video circulating out on the internet. It looks like 2 guys are in an airport, something happens. The other guy's walking up on him too fast, and it just left hand, flat hands the guy to the face. Now, it didn't knock the guy out, but it knocked his head back like this right here, and he got his composure and he kept moving forward. But the guy who hit him had plenty of time to get away, so don't overthink it. Just simple flat hands to the face. You're not jamming somebody's nose. It's just a simple push to the face. It's very disorienting, and you don't have to overthink it, whether you're here or whether you're here. It's something that allows you to deliver a quick shot that, again, doesn't risk you breaking your knuckles. And number 7 is drilling that solar plexus. Here's where you strike the solar plexus, whether it's here or here. Now, if you have good power and you have good snap and you're able to make that connection, this shot hurts. And there's different ways you can set it up. Flat hand here, right into that region, a shot here. Now, you can strike this with the fist vertical or horizontal. Just make sure you're using those power knuckles. Throw it right in there. Now imagine taking all of these strikes and putting them together in a flurry. That's what real life would be like, because you never want to defend on one strike, but you want to get good at throwing lots of strikes where there's a lot of shock response. I don't care how much stronger I am than someone, if when I'm trying to put my hands on them, they have touched my eyeball, I'm immediately going to be displaced. But what we must understand is, even though people are displaced and they're hurting, their adrenaline will still allow them to fight and pursue you. So that's why you've got to strike until you're free, until you can get out of there. Just continue training with these techniques. Train speed, train power, train being able to do these without a whole lot of telegraphing. The more you practice the basics, the faster you're going to get, the more instinctive you're going to get. I'd like to end this video by saying, what additional questions do you have? Is there something that I missed? Is there something you would like to add? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Take care.